Hello again. Let's try that again, shall we? And fingers crossed it'll work this time. I'm not quite sure why it's not working. It's very weird. Ooh, why are you not working, you annoying thing? Ooh. It just doesn't seem to be working. I'm going to have to put a message in there instead. I'm just going to have to put a message into the Facebook group to say, Facebook does not want to be my friend today. Let me just put it in there. How is everybody doing this morning? Did everyone have lots of fun in the snow? Wasn't it gorgeous? I'm just going to write in here, Zoom not letting, sorry guys, I'm just going to pop this in there, and I promise you, this is about teaching you to be okay with whatever happens, isn't it? Not letting me stream. And I'll grab the invite. Oh my goodness. Pin. I don't know, I can't remember the last time I had a technical hitch like this. Maybe I've just become so used to doing this that it feels like it's just always going to go to plan. But then it doesn't. Okay, let's get started. So now really what I wanted to talk about today with our meditation was, I was thinking about, the trance of thinking, the way that our thoughts get in the way. And it's one of the biggest problems for us. And I think especially in this sort of time of lockdown, you never got snow. Oh, everyone's, yeah, I know. We've still got quite a lot of snow. Sorry, Vanessa. You just have to live vicariously through everybody else. I'm thanking people joining us from Facebook. So with today's meditation, I really wanted to think about distraction, and it's the things that we do. Sorry, excuse this dog here. She's in a sin bin because she keeps terrorizing the dog next door. I wanted to look at the ways that we distract ourselves from how we're feeling. And for me, I know my biggest tell, there's things that I don't want to feel or things that are uncomfortable, is scrolling on my phone seems to be my poison of choice. So I might suddenly find myself on my phone scrolling away. And that's for me is the sign that things are not going well. And or it might be that I'm eating junk, or I'm having that extra glass of wine, or I'm doing the things that I know don't make me feel good long term. And really it's about needing to be back in our bodies and being able to allow ourselves to feel those uncomfortable things. And that's where meditation can be really useful, because it doesn't necessarily mean we have to allow every really uncomfortable and difficult thing to come up. But even by being with the sensations just as they come and go through our meditation, we're actually training our capacity to do that. We're training our capacity to be okay with being in our bodies. And so this morning we're really going to allow ourselves to be in our bodies and noticing when we have the urge to move away from a sensation in our body. And instead of moving away, instead of wanting to move on, skip over it, we're going to actually stay with it and just allow some space. So we're going to just gently, if you've meditated with me before, there's only 2 instructions. The first is ignoring, actually there's 3. This one is ignoring this dog bottom next to my face here. The first is just around posture. So we just want to find ourselves in an active but relaxed posture. So we don't want to be so relaxed, even if you're still warm in bed and like me, you don't want to be so relaxed that we're falling asleep, but we also don't want to be holding it too tightly and trying to focus so much. And the second thing is around your mind. Now as soon as you close your eyes, the chances are you're going to have thoughts come up if you're human. And when that happens, that's okay. That's exactly what your mind is meant to do. And your only job in the meditation practice is to notice. And that noticing is the magic moment. That noticing that you've been distracted or your mind's gone somewhere you haven't chosen, that's when we're training that capacity. So thoughts in meditation are really useful because they show us what's going on in our mind, and they give us the chance to practice not being dragged away by them. So and that's it. That's as technical as we need to be. So finding yourself in a comfortable seat, or if you are lying down, that's fine, but it's just harder. If your head's resting back on something, it's harder to stay awake. You're more likely to be in a state of falling asleep with your sitting upright, with your head not resting back. So closing down the eyes and just allowing for a moment just to notice where you are. And we're going to start this process of turning inwards with our hearing. So just allow for a moment any sounds to come to you. So without going looking for the sounds, just notice what you can hear. Maybe you can hear the birds. Maybe there's sounds of movement in your home. There's definitely plenty to hear where I am today. And then we'll continue turning inwards by beginning to focus on our body. And we'll mentally bring ourselves into our body before we notice, before we allow space for whatever's hiding, the sensations that are hiding in our body. So we'll begin by taking our attention to the very tips of the fingers, without moving the fingers, just letting your full focus rest there for a moment. And seeing if you can be curious about these sensations today. Maybe you notice after a moment a gentle humming or buzzing in the fingers, like a gentle vibration, tingling. And if you're feeling that sensation in your fingers, that's your nervous system responding to your attention. Your fingers preparing for movement. And if the mind's already wandered, just gently bringing it back to the very tips of the fingers. Before allowing that awareness to spill over the palms of your hands and beginning to travel up the wrists. Maybe you can feel that same aliveness inside your wrists. Or maybe it's more tricky. But just notice what you feel as you allow your awareness to travel up the arms, the crook of the arm. Maybe noticing the weight of the arms against the body. Up to the shoulders. And then across the chest. Maybe you notice if there's tension without trying to change it. Down into the belly. Maybe aware of how it feels in the belly today. Often we can have judgment and emotion come up when we think about the belly too. About how it looks, how it feels, how it should be. Just notice that too. It's just another thing to notice. And down into the pelvis. Feeling the weight of your body in the chair. Coming back if the mind's wandered. Noticing the feel of the chair or the bed behind you. Then down into the legs. Noticing your thighs and the weight of the legs. To the knees. And then all the way down to the ankles. Bringing the mind back if it wanders. No judgment or effort. And then down into the feet and the toes. And really noticing the weight of the feet on the floor or the bed. You know, your whole body's in your awareness. You're noticing your face, tongue in the mouth, the jaw. And again, if the mind's wandered, been distracted or judging the experience, just gently coming back. Noticing how it is in your body in this moment right now. moment by moment, without needing to tell ourselves a story about how it feels or deciding what that means for our day. Can you just be with the sensations, whatever they are? And allowing now for your attention to go to whatever seems like it needs it today. Is there a part of your body that feels the most obvious? Maybe there's a muscle or some sensation. Maybe it's an internal sensation in the belly or in the chest. Just go to wherever's the most obvious right now. You can even put a hand on that space if that feels comfortable. Imagining that your hand, if you choose to place your hand there, is a soothing hand of somebody who cares about you. Maybe you recognize the sensation as an emotion. Maybe it's an agitation or anxiety. Maybe there's excitement for the day and the week. We don't need to name it. We can just recognize that there's sensation. And if the mind wanders and wants to go to another sensation, that's okay. But just see if you can stay with whatever comes up. And if your hand is in that place, seeing if you can imagine that it's a soothing touch. Maybe that's cooling for you, maybe that's warming. Just imagining that there's a sense of something transferring from your hand to that space of sensation. An acceptance that the sensation is there, telling us something. Just allowing your breaths to come and go. And bringing your awareness to the breath now. Allowing the sensations to fade into the background as you pay attention to the rising and falling of the breath. The body's just breathing, and you're just watching. As you breathe in, the body rises. As you breathe out, it falls. Rising, falling. And we'll take 3 slow and deeper breaths. So we'll be breathing in through the nose and we'll breathe out through the mouth, just to allow a big sigh and release. So breathing in through the nose, feeling it go all the way down to the belly, and then sighing out through the mouth. Feeling the shoulders soften, the face soften. Inhaling through the nose. The belly rises, and then sighing out of the mouth. Allowing the body to fall and relax and let go. Inhaling. And then exhaling. And letting the breath find its natural rhythm again. However that looks. Returning movement to the fingers and the toes. And before we open our eyes, just setting an intention for the day to allow space for whatever is difficult to feel in our body. and allowing ourselves to know that we can be with the sensations, and by doing that we allow them to pass through. And gently blinking open the eyes. And I hope that you have a great day. And those of you who are in my community or doing the Ninja program at the moment, we'll be having our live Q&A at 4 today. So do let me know if you've got anything that you really want to juicily get stuck into as we talk through. But come along with a cuppa and we'll just have a chat, and we'll be talking about how we can make things work even better. Have a great day. I will see you all. It's actually so much lighter now. I love that. I don't know if you can't, it probably doesn't quite see it there yet, but it is a lot brighter now. And the birds, I hope the birds were a lovely soundtrack this morning. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you soon.